Hey guys, I have something I have been really excited to share with you. I have a seed haul that we're going to open up. I did already open it because I wanted to make sure that everything was in there, but we're going to go over all of the stuff I bought together, which is really fun. So if you're new here, my name is Kiera. Feel free to call me Q. And today we are hanging out on my couch in my living room, but usually we are outside doing a bunch of gardening stuff and just having a lot of fun playing in the dirt. So for the first time this year, I ordered seeds from Mi Gardener. This was actually the only seed company I ordered from this year. I have seen people grow really successfully with their stuff over and over and over again, and I thought that this would be the year that I'd give it a try. So if you've never heard of Mi Gardener, they do have a YouTube channel. His name is Luke, I believe. If I got that completely wrong, I'll put his name on the screen, but I'm pretty sure his name is Luke. Anyway, he has a fantastic channel that has been around for a really, really long time. He has a lot of really great information for growing food. So I thought I would order from his seed company this year because, like I said, I've seen a lot of people order from Mi Gardener and they really love the product, but also the price of seeds is getting more and more expensive. And while I am happy to support the companies, one of my favorite seed companies is Baker Creek, which tends to be a little bit more on the more expensive side as far as seeds go, just because it's heirloom seeds. I think it's totally worth it to really go for most of these companies, especially the small like mom and pop companies where you could track down the owner and track down a person, all of that kind of stuff. I also order a lot from Botanical Interest and I pick up their seeds a lot, which is now owned by Kevin at Epic Gardening, who also has an amazing YouTube channel. Anyway, I love that YouTubers are taking over the seed game. It's fantastic. But this year, it's all about Mi Gardener as far as new seeds. So first thing, opening this up, this is like a little random thing, but you can see here that someone actually like checked off individually each one. And something about that, I kind of like it. I like that I can tell that a person looked at this receipt and took the time to individually check each thing off. There is something to be said about, giving customers a clean receipt with nothing on it, but I like this. I like the human element to this. So anyway, random little thing. If you order from them, they have a person who actually goes through and checks your order and makes sure it's right. So that's awesome. And there's free seed packet here. So what is this one? Salad bowl mix. It doesn't say what's in the salad bowl mix. So more than likely there's arugula in here, which means I'll grow it for Andrew, but I'm probably not gonna eat it. But that's really nice to have a free seed packet. And then, okay, I'm so excited for this. I get really excited watching other people's like seed hauls too. I don't know why. I just think it's really fun to see what you can grow and what companies you can get them from. So the first thing I did, I organized these kind of by the Mi Gardener alphabet. So I have my beans first. This one is dragon tongue bush beans. They're this really cool like green and white and purple bean. And I've seen these grown over the years. I think the last like 3 or 4 years. Specifically, I saw these for the first time in Jess's garden from Roots and Refuge. And, if you've been here for any amount of time, I'm definitely a fangirl when it comes to Jess. I love all of her stuff. And I get so many just great ideas from her. She's actually the person that, largely taught me how to garden. I learned from her YouTube channel. Yeah, I was really excited to get these and try something just completely pretty for the first time. It's also purple, so, sold. And then I got red noodle pole beans. So we've grown these before basically every year. We usually get these from Baker Creek. I love to do kind of like an arch trellis of these so they all hang down. And last year was the first year I successfully got like a full trellis of them, and it was just beautiful and magical. So I'm going to do that again. I think these are the same ones as the ones we normally get. They look a little more purple in this photo, and the ones we normally get look a little, or the ones that we normally grow are a little bit more like maroon, kind of burgundy-ish, but they're probably the same thing. And then we got Kentucky Wonder pole beans. So this one I'm really excited about because for the past couple years, we've grown Blue Lake pole beans. And last year I was really successful with growing them, and they're great. They're a great bean, don't get me wrong. But we really wanted something that was stringless, especially since we can't pick it when they're really young right away. Things get a little bit away from us and stuff like that. So I really wanted to find a variety that didn't have the strings. And so I'm excited to try these. This is just a Cracker Jack marigold mix. So yeah, I just have a lot of marigolds in my garden every year. So I'm excited that it's a bunch of different colors. This one I thought was pretty on the website. It's a pink calendula. So this is something that I'll be growing kind of in the spring, but mostly in the fall and winter. So all of the calendula that I have are orange, and they're pretty. I really like that, but I was excited to have just a different color. Next is Dwarf Dazzler Red Cosmo. That's very hard to say. Last year I grew cosmos for the first time. I did a cut flower garden experiment in the middle 3 beds. It was 3 4 by 8 foot beds right in the middle of our garden. And the experiment went really, really well. And the first cosmo I'd ever grown was a candy stripe. And I really liked those because they kind of had these different hues. Like even in the same plant, they would be like different colors at different stages. And I really, really like that. So I'm sold on cosmos. I definitely want to put them in more parts of the garden. And so I was excited to get some red ones in there as well. Candy stripe zinnia mix. I grow a lot of zinnias. I love them. And I've grown kind of like a peppermint candy stripe zinnia mix before from a different company. I like getting individual, like very specific zinnia colors, but I really, really love the mixes because I love the colors that you get that surprise you. So excited to have those. This is amaranth. So this one specifically is Love Lies Bleeding. So normally we grow burgundy amaranth, which is, you know, tall and beautiful. They get, I want to say like 7 feet tall in our garden. They're just really pretty, like show-stopping plants. They are edible. They're a grain actually, but I have seen these and I was excited to try them because the grain part of them, you can see like the flower hangs down. And I just have always thought that that was really pretty, and I want to try putting them in bouquets. I think that really small, that'd be really just like romantic. And so I'm excited to have these. And then Sugar Baby Watermelon. This one is one that we actually wait all year and buy these at our farmer's market because there's one vendor that just sells amazing watermelon, and I think it's these. They call them something different, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that they have. We've grown just like random watermelon in the past from like a seed mix that I had. And then from that, I saved a yellow watermelon seed and we grew that last year and they were good. So I want to try our hand at growing more watermelon on purpose. Okra, this is Hill Country Red okra. Normally we get, what is it called? We normally get a red okra. It's kind of a burgundy color also. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. But this one I thought was cool. They're a different shape than the ones we normally get. These are like fatter and rounder. And they also look a little bit shorter too. And you can see they're also like a little bit green. So I thought that that was cool, and I was excited to try another kind of okra now that I've grown an entire seed packet of okra over the past like handful of years. And so I'm excited to, now that we only have a couple of those seeds left, to try a different variety. Okay, these next ones, I'm gonna do 2 at once. So I got a couple bell peppers. So I got coral bell pepper, which is orange, and then golden cal wonder bell. I wonder if that cal is short for California, but just an orange and a yellow. And this is just because I wanted a little more color in our peppers, and I thought bell peppers was the way to go for that. We don't usually grow a lot of bell peppers. We mostly stick with kind of Italian sweet varieties, but I grew bell peppers the first year that we gardened and really liked them. So I figured, why not? We have the space. The next one is, I always say this wrong, pepperoncini. I don't know. I've always said this wrong my whole life, but they're basically these really good ones that they have like a little bit of heat to them usually. Yeah, it's like this says sweet slash medium heat, so they're not very hot. They're great for a lightweight like me who likes the taste of spicy things but can't necessarily like handle it. So I really like these kind of blistered. Also, they're really good for pickling, which I think is the way most people have eaten them, is, you know, pickled on like sandwiches and stuff like that. And then the next one is giant Marconi pepper. This one I got as kind of a Italian types pepper replacement. Last year we grew the Edgevarsky peppers from Baker Creek. Really love them. They were fantastic. And so I wanted to try these and see just how comparable they were to the Edgevarsky. And then this one, okay, so excited. I'm gonna do two together again. So this is pumpkins, little pumpkins specifically. So I have Jack B. Little pumpkins, which are, you know, like this big. And then I got the white ones, which are Baby Boo pumpkins. So I've always wanted these in our garden. I've been testing growing more and more pumpkins and just like trying my hand at it. And I've always wanted to grow these two little ones just for decorating. And Andrew, my husband, he doesn't really see the point in these like itty bitty pumpkins because they're not food or anything like that. But I'm obsessed with them. I love them. And there's something that I normally buy to decorate. My friends normally buy them to decorate for the fall. So I'm excited to grow these, have them for myself, and also have them for my friends. So nobody has to buy them this year. At least that's the plan. Hopefully that works out. Another one that we've always had in our garden is honey nut squash. So this is kind of like a butternut squash, but it's really small. They're like this big, you know, as opposed to a butternut that's, you know, a lot bigger. And I really like these because the kind of like seed, it's not a pod, but you know, the little part where all the seeds go, it's actually kind of small on these. Even though the squash themselves are pretty small, you can eat most of it, and they're really great for dishes where you are like wanting to do like personal size squash or something like that. We like to cut them up and roast them a lot. We also make this really good honey nut squash soup that we normally make, I want to say around Thanksgiving. But yeah, we really, really like these. And another reason why I like growing these is because if you don't have a ton of space, because these are so small, they grow really, really well on a trellis. So I like to do these on arches. We've done them on panels, like really high up. We grew them in buckets our first year. Now, with the buckets, you do want to have some sort of like trellis support behind them just because we didn't know what we were doing. So we quickly found out that they need something to climb or sprawl on or whatever. And you can grow butternut squash on trellises and stuff like that too. You just need to make sure that they're pretty strong. I think this one is pronounced kaboka squash. This one is for Andrew. He really likes this one, and he really likes the, you know, the texture of these and all of that kind of stuff, and I'm happy to eat it. But this one I'm growing for Andrew. Okay, my love. This is Sunspot Dwarf Sunflowers. I'm obsessed with these. I will always have these in my garden. I love sunflowers. It's my favorite flower. I love having a bunch of them. And these are really great because they only grow a couple feet high. So they're probably like 3 feet high, I want to say. And let me see on the back if it says. Yeah, plant size 2 to 3 feet tall. So these are really great because then you can have the big, beautiful effect of sunflowers, but down low with all of the rest of your plants. So they're just really pretty. They give you that big pop of color, and they're still really good sunflower sizes. And I found that they're fantastic also for cut flowers. If you're doing something that is, you know, just like a vase in your house or something like that, they probably don't give you the stem length you need if you're like selling flowers. You probably do want to go with the bigger sunflowers. But if you're just like putting, you know, a mason jar of flowers on your kitchen table, which I love doing all summer long, I'm obsessed with these. And then I got a mixed sunflower packet because why not? And then I got teddy bear sunflowers. So I've always liked these. I think they're kind of funny. Part of me thinks they're pretty, and part of me thinks they're really weird and alien-like, but I've always wanted to grow them, and so here's the year to try. Okay, and then a couple more here. I got black cherry tomatoes. We grow red cherry tomatoes, which we do super sweet 100s, and then we have a kind of yellow color, which I believe is called gold nugget or golden nugget. So we can just have a bunch of colors mixed in. It's really an aesthetic thing. We just think it's pretty. And then I got more Roma tomatoes. Now I grew a lot of these last year, and we got like 100 pounds of Roma tomatoes off of something like, I want to say like 13 plants. It was something like that. It was crazy. And so these are definitely the tomato that I like to can with and make tomato sauce and stuff like that from. I've tried the Amish paste also. I've also tried San Marzanos, and I just haven't had the same success as getting them to grow into like healthy plants that produce a lot. But the Roma tomato has been working really well for me, so I got more of those. And then this is one I have wanted to try this forever. So this is it says tomato. I don't know if it's technically a tomato. It kind of reminds me more of a tomatillo, but this is the Aunt Molly's ground cherries. So this is another thing. I've seen this for the past like 4 years in Jess's gardens, especially like way back when she was in Arkansas at her old house. They grew ground cherries, and I really wanted to try these, and I was trying to track them down so that I could see what they tasted like before buying a seed packet, but I can't find them anywhere. So I can't find them in any farmers markets or anything. So this is the year I just decided to buy them, and we're going to try them that way. So that's my seed haul for In My Gardener. I'm really excited to try all these varieties. Like I've said, other people have had, really great success growing these seeds, so I'm hoping for the little bit of the same. Right now, it seems like they have really great prices on their seeds, which was another reason why I went for them. And another thing that I loved is, just the price that they say it's going to be is actually the price it ends up being. I don't know if was the size of my order that had anything to do with that or not, but, my checkout amount was the same all the way through. It didn't change with shipping or anything like that. Now, granted, I don't know if that, again, is because of how much I ordered, but I thought it was great. I know it's not because I'm close to them, because he's in Michigan and I'm in California. So anyway, really excited to try these, and I'm really excited for this next gardening year. This is not everything that I'm growing in my garden. This is just the new seed packets that I got for the year. So if you want to see everything that I'm growing, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of food and a lot of really pretty flowers, and just there's a lot of magic in my hands right now. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna stop being in my fields for a second, but thank you so much for joining me on my couch today. And pretty soon we're gonna be out there, in the garden before we know it. And I hope that you will join me then. Until then, I would love to know what you're growing. If you've gotten any seed hauls, let me know what's the thing that you're most excited to grow. And I'll see you next time. Bye.